My name is Nassine Sabs.
Let me ask you a question. Has anything ever happened to you that you couldn't explain? That made you feel sort of foolish when you tried to tell somebody about it? Well, if it has, you have plenty of company, as you'll soon see.
Ukraine's President Zelensky has arrived in Canada on an unannounced visit. He's been greeted in Ottawa by Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, whose government has pledged support throughout the war. Mr. Zelensky will hold formal talks with his counterpart before giving a speech to the Canadian Parliament. It comes after President Biden announced a new $325 million aid package for Ukraine from the United States.
Worship this unhinged, psychotic, insane creature like as if that creature is God himself. Okay? So there's only one conclusion to that. There's only one logical end to this antichrist, satanic, against God type of situation and belief system. And that is ultimate self-destruction of the person. So getting back to how the devil thinks. Whoever the devil hates the most, okay, let's just use logic, okay, spiritual logic. Whoever the devil hates the most, the devil fears the most. Whoever the devil hates the least, the devil fears the least. But whoever the devil has hatred towards, the devil has fear towards. Even if it's not as much, the fear is still there. Witches, warlocks, occultists, they can't tell you these things. Okay? They can't tell you these things because they don't have the ultimate knowledge. Luciferians, they can't tell you these things. Satanists, they cannot tell you these things. They pretend to be wise. They pretend to be smart. They pretend to know all about all of this type of spiritual stuff. But they don't know. They don't know that if they don't go to the one that has the ultimate power, which is the ultimate truth, Jesus, then their knowledge will always fall short. Their wisdom will always fall short. In the scriptures, it says this other thing that I always found very interesting. It says that in the end, at the end, paraphrasing, okay, I'm not going to say it directly, but knowledge will fail, wisdom will fail, prophecy will fail, even if, like, all of these things, okay, all of these things. But what is the thing that endures to the end? What is the thing that endures to the end? LOVE. Love is the most important thing. It is the most important thing. If you can't get anything out of it, then only get one thing out of it. Love yourself and love God. And if you love yourself and if you love God, you will automatically be able to love other people in a godly way. as a positive spiritual consequence, also called a blessing. A blessing will come upon you if you start loving God. Let's say you can't even love yourself. If you just start loving God, then you'll be able to love yourself. You'll be able to love other people. And then it doesn't matter the prophecies. It doesn't matter the wisdom. It doesn't matter the knowledge. It doesn't matter all these other things. Because from loving God, everything else, every other thing flows from there. And without loving God, the wisdom, the knowledge, the prophecies, the miracles, they'll still happen probably, but it's going to feel hollow. It's not going to feel good enough. There's going to be something. It's not going to feel rich enough. It won't. See, these are things that occultists don't know. Because they're not dealing with ultimate power. They're only dealing with demonic power. And demonic power is not the highest power of this reality. Demonic power, satanic power, evil spirit power, devil power, fallen angel power is not the highest power of this reality. The power of the air is not the highest power of this reality. The power of those that can fly is not the highest power of this reality. It isn't. It is not. Satanists, Luciferians, satanic Luciferians, occultists, witches, warlocks, they do not know this. They do not understand this. They cannot speak on it because they only deal with weaker power. The fallen angel power, the evil spirit power, is the weaker power. There is a power that is above those evil things. There is a power grander, more powerful, more magnificent, more splendid, more glorious, everlasting, above and beyond those degenerated things. It's a fact. It will be proven in time. I won't be the one to prove it, though. That's God's job to prove it. And he will when the time is going to be. But God does things for his sake. For his good pleasure, he will do it. Or for his good pleasure, he will not do it. It's all up to God. And then when God has his spirit resting in your spirit, it changes you. It does something to you. And you're never the same again. And it makes you feel different in a permanent way. There is a permanent change where you can never be the same like how you were before. It's not where it's like you're a completely different personality, where it's like multiple personality or something like that. No, it's not like that. You're still you. The fundamentals of who you are as God made you are still yourself. You are still yourself. It's more like just the feelings that you have, the types of thoughts that you think, the way that you think, the things that you do. It's like different. It's very hard to describe. It's like a miracle. It is a miracle that God would do it. But he said that he would do it for you if you ask him to. If you ask him to, God says he will rest his spirit with yours. And he will seal you inside of himself. Seal meaning protect. It's a type of ownership, but not like a slave ownership. It's more like God making a promise to you. See, when someone makes a promise to you, okay? And remember, God is not a liar, and everything God says he will do. Okay? And everything God says he does. If God makes a promise to you, then that is equivalent to God owing to him his own self to do it for you. See, he doesn't owe you anything. He holds his own self accountable through his own godly self-responsibility that he has to fulfill his own words that he says. You see what I'm saying? It's not where, oh, God says that means he owes you now. No, he owes it to himself. He owes himself the thing that he says. It's part of his responsibility that he has, that he says that he has. Certain responsibilities. Okay? That's why he does it. He will do it. See, the devils hate talks like this because the devils, those fallen angels and evil spirits, they want everyone to either be an atheist, or if they're an atheist, they just be like a new age or whatever. They want people to think of them as these super smart, intelligent, genius, infallible creatures that always win, never lose, do everything right the first time, perfect in every way, and invincible and Superman. And this is fake. Devils are not any of those things. They're not perfect. They make mistakes every single day. They mess up every single day. They don't know everything. Even though they have access to certain time-traveling technologies, the devils still don't know the future. Okay? They don't. It must drive them insane that God can just doesn't even need to snap his fingers. God doesn't even need to say anything. He can just automatically override whatever the time manipulation thing that they do without even speaking, without even moving. He can just do it. Where every single thing they did in setting up a plan meticulously, God can just mess it up. There it is. Messed up. Doesn't work now. Just like that. No effort. Effortlessly. Not only do devils, fallen angels, and evil spirits hate these types of talks, the Satanic Luciferian people also hate these types of talks. Because it makes them look bad. Anything that makes them look bad, they hate it. It makes them look bad and makes them look incompetent and stupid. Where they don't know already that dressing up in their all black Halloween costume get-ups makes them look stupid. They make themselves look they make themselves look bad. I'm not the one making them